Hi, welcome to 144K and the Bride. So today I'll be sharing a dream that I had. This dream has to do with time. Actually, I had two dreams, so I think I'll combine it into this one video. So the first dream that I had, I was in this outdoor market and I came across this stand which had like all these kind of like collective like items, things that you can collect, like souvenirs and things like that. And one of the stands was filled with um, hourglasses. So there were a whole bunch of hourglasses. They all looked exactly the same. They were all blue and they were filled not with sand but with blue water. And you know how with an hourglass you can see like the sand or the water falling down on one side, like one end is always more than the other. But in this dream, all of the hourglasses were completely full. Like the top and the bottom of the hourglass was completely full. And when I picked it up, it was like very like soft. Like I could like squish it like a kind of like a squishy toy kind of thing. So I could squeeze the hourglass. Like it wouldn't lose its form. Like even if I squeeze it, it wouldn't lose its shape. And the whole thing was filled with water. So the top part of the hourglass and the bottom part of the hourglass was full. And there was no movement. You don't see any movement in that hourglass. So there was no movement to show time. And every single hourglass I saw there was exactly the same size, same color, the top and bottom, the whole thing is full of water, blue water. So the hourglass itself was blue and the water inside of it was blue. Blue always represents holy. It represents heaven. It represents God, loyalty. That color is very divine. It's heavenly. So all those hourglasses that I saw in that dream, it showed that the time was still, and I feel very strongly in that dream when I was seeing those hourglasses is that there is a moment that we have that is kind of like this is the it's kind of like the time is like on, like we're on a pause at this moment. Like there's some sort of pause. There's no flow, or nothing is moving forward, nothing is moving back. It's just like a pause right now, like something is being put on hold. It's like pausing the button of when you're watching something like on TV or a movie, you pause. That's what I got from that dream. So that was the first dream I had about time, like time was still. And then and also like there's no time, the concept of time in heaven too, right? So it could also mean that as well. So the second dream I had, this one was more fun. This was also like in a marketplace. So I was walking in this market and I was passing by a bakery. And in this bakery, there were only like two people in this bakery, like two customers. And the bakery owner was there. And this bakery didn't have variety of bread. There was only one kind of bread. It was like those dinner rolls. You know, like when you see those dinner rolls, they're like connected. Like you can get 6 dinner rolls together, and they're all like, because they were baked in the same pan, they're all connected still. So that's what I saw, but they were like stacked up one on top of another on like drying racks, cooling racks, right, for the bread. A lot of bread, like fresh bread, and I was like, it looked good. It looked really good. It looked fluffy, nice. I like bread, so I was really drawn to that. And I wanted to go in there, but then I thought, right now there's a few people in there. I'll come back. I'll get the bread, but I wanted to see what else was there. I just felt drawn to keep on moving, like keep walking forward. So I'm like, I'll come back. So my intention was to eventually come back to that bakery. So I passed by the bakery and then I passed by this other shop next door. This shop, I couldn't make out what it was, but it looked like it had some food items, but very like little to none. It was quite empty. There was probably like one customer in there. But what I noticed that on the outside of this bakery, there was a huge white clock, like huge. This clock, it covered like half of the window in front of the store, in front of the shop. And I could see the time on the clock. It showed 3 o'clock. And then I'm like, oh, it looks like the time is 3 o'clock. So I just moved forward. I said, there's nobody in there. I didn't feel like going in there. It didn't look really like interesting to me. So I kept on walking, and then I approached another shop, very similar to the one I just saw. This one also had very little items, not much, and I don't think, no, there was no one in this last shop that I went into. I mean that I passed by, and I didn't go into this one either. I was still thinking about the bakery, and these two other shops, they were empty pretty much. And this one also had a clock in the front of the main window, and it was on it was 3 o'clock as well. So these two shops were very close to each other, pretty much identical to each other. They looked exactly the same inside. Not much food inside, very little to none. One of them had an older gentleman who went in there, and he didn't look too happy. He went in there and then he just like came out. It was like undecided, like whether he should go in or not. But these two clocks, they were both set on 3, and that's 33. That's Lord Jesus' number. That was the age he was, right? He was 33 years old. So that's what I saw in that dream. So afterwards, after those shops, I went to this place where they had, I don't know, they had some kind of seafood, and this lady insisted to give me some seafood. So I took the seafood, and then I went to this room and I had a basket. And then this basket that I got with the seafood in it, when I opened it, it happened to have this like white linen cloth in it with bread. So the same bread that I wanted to get in the bakery was hidden with the seafood in that basket. And then I was just amazed. I had seafood and bread. And in the Bible, there is a verse about the Lord, uh, multiplying fish and bread. So what I got from that dream was that those two shops that were not filled with food, it was very little to none. The one where the gentleman was hesitant to go in because it seemed like there was nothing in there. In the end, the Lord will provide, even if it seems like there's not much, even if it seems like there's nothing available. There is a way that the Lord will provide. I didn't expect that bread to end up in my basket, but it was there. And I think this dream was to give hope that He can still multiply. He can still provide to all of us. And bread, He is the bread, right? Like He mentioned in the Bible, He is the bread. So we need to remember that. And there might be times when we feel like there's nothing. There might be times when we feel empty, but remember that the bread will be provided to us. So this was the dream that I had. I thought I would share about time and about the bread and the seafood. And I hope you liked this dream. Have a look at one of my other dreams. I do get a lot of different types of dreams, and there's a lot of symbolism in these dreams as well. So if you like, you can write a comment below, subscribe to my channel, and Thank you all for watching. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Bye.